What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Isis. His name is Joe. The map is Savannah. Yes. I love watching Joe and Matreiuss play. Together, they've had some of the biggest fights you'll ever see. I mean, there's been plenty of people who have played plenty of games throughout Age of Mythology history, but Matreiuss and Joe go down as two of the wildest. I don't know how do I say this. They create the most wild games. That's what happens with these two. So I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with. We do see Joe on Isis against Matreiuss as Zeus. It's a really, really interesting matchup. I think that a lot of it comes down to the Egyptian player getting a good map, or the Isis player getting a good map. If Isis gets a good map, then she's going to have a really fun time. If she doesn't get a good map, then the Zeus player is going to have a really, really fun time. So, for example, these gazelle over here, had they been on this town center, then Joe would have been able to grab this town center, go 2 town centers, and have a nice heroic age. But because they're out the front, he's going to have to eat them first. And there's really not a lot of food on the map here for Joe. So if he wants to go for 2 town centers on this map, he's going to actually find himself with some trouble here unless he goes for a very, very slow advance time with farms. So he does have himself a couple of goats here. It's kind of hard. You have to make these kind of decisions in the moment. But if I see this and I'm like, there's not a lot of food in my base. There's not a lot of food over here. This is 900 food. And there's only 5 berries here. I can't get to the heroic age off of 2 town centers without farming. So maybe I have to think about that from my opponent's perspective as well. Go, okay, he's only got this much. So what can he do? All right, so if he decides he wants to go 2 town centers here, I'm going to be able to hit a really, really strong 1 town center timing attack because I know my opponent has to build farms. So Joe's going to be thinking here to go for that. I would assume he'll be thinking 1 town center, fast heroic, off of the berries, off of the herdable, off that hunt over there, and make that work. Matreiuss, on the other hand here, he's searching around. He has found his own gazelle over here. He's also found some zebra on this side, sending only a handful of villages over here. He does have baboon on this side, so it's actually worthwhile to send, like, say, 4 or 5 villages onto this hunt because you know you're going to be moving over onto the baboons later in the corner. But Matreiuss is moving over here anyways, and we'll see what he's going to try and do. Now, conversely here, as the Zeus, I'm looking at this map saying, look, there's not enough hunt here to actually do a classical age fight, to go really heavy in the classical age off of 1 town center and put pressure onto my opponent that way. I'm actually thinking, there's not a lot of hunt here. I should grab a 2nd town center and try and play as defensively as possible, which is obviously like counterintuitive because you're like, well, the Isis player is not going to go for a 2 town center, so things are weird. So that's where your thinking is actually going. So in the end, it's going to probably be Matreiuss trying to defend against the timing attack and trying to survive there, and Joe trying to hit that timing as early as he possibly can. Now, he does have already 11 villagers on the food. Needs to build a temple. Going to be throwing that one down now. Advancing fast to the classical age is not really necessary if you're going for the 1 town center fast heroics, which it looks like is what Joe's going to be doing. So hitting like a 515 is normally going to be completely fine here. But Joe does need to set up a shop on those berries, eat those goats, and make sure he has enough food to actually hit the next age. If you actually look at this, you've got 500 food plus roughly 400 food. So there's only 900 food in your base. These are going to be a little bit more than that, but there's really not that much food here for Joe. So he has to be pretty careful about what he's going to be spending his resources on in order to make that work. So Matreiuss going up through Hermes. I would say no surprise here, but honestly, the ceasefire, or not the ceasefire, the Hermes versus Athena debate here with the Zeus is actually really, really interesting. I think a lot of players have realized that the restoration in this matchup is a lot more useful because you can force things a little bit more. So you can force the ancestors in a place where your opponent doesn't want to click it. Whereas Hermes is more of a like, I'm going to take the ancestors eclipse and then I'm going to give myself a minute to recoup all my losses. So you're kind of playing reactively there, as we see. So we'll see how this is all going to go, as Matreiuss is definitely going for that second town center. He's finished up over here on this food, going on to this large gold mine. I'm surprised to see him not going over here to use these baboons. This is a solid 700 food worth of hunt, and if you think about it as 700 food, then you understand why I would go out there, because that's a lot of food. And I think the baboons, they do have 45 HP, but if you just send 4 or 5 villagers out there to eat this, then it's actually pretty decent. Now, Matreiuss, I'm going to say this is a mistake. This is 100% a mistake here from Matreiuss. We'll see if it's going to bite him in the bum or not. But grabbing a forward town center against an Egyptian player who hasn't hit the classical age yet is a very, very dangerous maneuver. Now, so I say this because if the Egyptian player is going for a second town center, they're going to be advancing to the classical age at 4 minutes to 4 minutes 30 seconds. That's the timing. So if you advance 4:30 and you haven't seen them hit the classical age yet, chances are you should go for this back town center, because they're probably going for a 1 town center fast heroic. And what you do by grabbing this town center here is effectively you're saying to your opponent, you've got more time, or it's going to be a less time for me to prepare and defend against it. And you might be like, it's not that big of a difference, but 10 seconds to move from here all the way to attack this town center is a big, big deal in my opinion here. As we do see the bolt coming down there, the villagers are moving over here, going to be eating these baboons. So Matreiuss will have a little bit more food to play with here. As you can see, look at this. He is really struggling for these resources. Does he have husbandry yet? He didn't even get husbandry. I would have liked to have seen Joe eat all of his berries first and then jump onto the herdables with husbandry, but it's not coming through. And we do also see a monument to the soldiers coming down here as a handful of farms are getting placed down by Joe. This is going to be a very, very weak timing attack from Joe. I don't think he planned this out to the best of his ability. We'll see if he's going to be able to get there or not. He does seemingly have enough food in the bank, but he doesn't have the gold now. So he will have to, once all these villagers pop off, he'll have to come over here and maybe cast Prosperity to get all the gold that he needs out of here. So we'll see how things are going to go for Joe as these villagers finish up on the food over here. The villagers over here still dropping a couple more farms down. Does he have pickaxe yet? Yes, he does have pickaxe. So the villagers are going to pop over here onto this location, onto the gold. As the villagers finish up on the final berry bush here, finishing up with this goat as well. How many villagers does he have on food? He's got 8 villagers on foodish at the moment. There's the 800 food there. The villagers are going to jump over here. Prosperity getting cast. 7 minutes 30 seconds in the game. Very, very late to the next age. So Matreiuss is going to be super happy about seeing how delayed this is. In fact, Matreiuss is already going to have units out. He's actually making himself some Toxotes, which, I mean, maybe it makes sense to build Toxotes here. You don't have a lot of food, so you want to be playing around that a bit. But I kind of feel like you just spam farms a bit, and make military, make your cavalry and hoplites in this matchup is a lot better. But we'll see how things are going to go. As this has been clicked up, this gold mine getting mined up. And look at this. This is going to be a really... Okay, there are options here. There are options here for Joe. So option number 1, and I think is actually the right play, is to throw the Migdol down in your base, make the siege works in your base, throw a market down, throw everyone onto wood after this gold mine is gone, and sell wood for gold in order to build yourself out a 118 of 118 population of Chariot Archer, Scorpion Man, Siege Towers. And then you go at I would say he has to be going by 11 minutes at the very latest, but I would like 10 minutes, but Joe's super late here. So we'll see how this is all going to eventuate as walls coming up over here in a very, very tough position. We see the houses coming through here for Matreiuss. He's spread out all over the map here, spamming units as best as he can. Lots of resources in the bank to play around with. We see the army searching around here, seeing where all the gold mines are. If we take a good look at the map, gold mine here, potential gold mine over here as Joe hits the second age. And where is he heading? I'm going to be dropping this. I look at this, I'm like, why are you doing this, Joe? Joe, just put it in here. Put it in here. This isn't defending anything. Maybe it defends the wood line, but you have a perfectly safe wood line over here. as the Toxote come through, and they're getting way too much value here. As the Pharaoh going to circle around the bottom side of the Migdol in order to do this. You see the villagers moving around. Pharaoh pops back. Scorpion men are coming out to get a little bit of damage done as Matreiuss does retreat back, but he gets a little bit of damage done. I think a unit fell there for Matreiuss, but the Migdol is up. Do we see a market getting dropped here? No market just yet here for Joe, as his chariot archers are going to start pumping out. No siege works. There's the siege works coming up. Matreiuss here is almost fully walled. You can see him coming over here with this villager to throw that up. His farms are starting up. It's really, really nice economy here. We are seeing the Scorpion Man going to get a handful of picks here. Just really smart play here from Joe to get some early value out of these Scorpion Men as the army is looking to push in onto this position. We do have the chariot archers are out here, as Joe is going to be looking to move over and grab this gold mine straight away. Siege Works is coming through, but I mean, lots of resources in the bank for Joe. He's only got 11 villagers on wood at this point, trying to make chariot archers, trying to make Siege Works and everything else. It's doesn't quite work. He needs like 15-ish to produce from all of this. Now it's making some cavalry as well to bolster that army here, as Matreiuss is just continuing to skyrocket in population. He's got the walls up. And I like this play here from Matreiuss. You want to sit in front of your walls and force your opponent to Ancestors Eclipse here to give you the chance to retreat through these walls here, as we see more military buildings getting thrown up all over the place. Matreiuss got tons of wood in the bank here. He can spam farms out to all Billio, take the villagers off of wood, come over onto the gold over here, or off the wood here and come over to the gold over here. Lots of different options here, as Matreiuss is still roaming around the map here. Joe ready to start pushing forward. I would love to say ready to start pushing forward soon, but it's 11 minutes into the game and he's still not full population. Having a really, really rough game of it with the current situation. He's realizing at this point, Matreiuss has been on 2 town centers for at least 5 minutes. Matreiuss's town center has well and truly paid itself off. So Matreiuss is now in full profit in terms of getting in front of his opponent moving forward, as we are going to be seeing this archery range starting to get taken down. Stables coming through, starting to see the units popping out here, sitting behind this wall. We see these Hippocon need to get back over into the fight here. Matreiuss now starting to get his upgrades through. He's got himself medium archers, medium cavalry here as well, as the gate is about to get broken down. We see the cavalry swinging around here, going to attempt to break through in onto this position. There's the Ancestors Eclipse coming in, going to be pushing those units back. We do see the Hippocon swinging around the back. They're going to be going for a couple of hits over here, as one siege tower only in this location may not be enough. We'll see what's going to happen. Joe is surrounding his siege tower really, really nicely with these minions here. So they're going to take down the villagers really quickly. But if this siege tower gets taken down, which it almost does, it's going to be a very, very tough time to finish off this town center. I love that play there from Joe, coming in, circling on this siege tower, preventing the villagers from getting anything done here. We see the Jason going to come through, getting some nice hits down to finish off the remainder of this siege tower. Still alive at 21 HP here, still getting some good damage done. The town center could actually start targeting this down, which it is in fact doing. Not only that, another villager comes through and does shank down that final siege tower's got 1 HP. Just target it, just attack it with the town center or something here, as it's almost managing to take down the town center. It does go down. The town center's got 400 HP remaining, and the ceasefire is on the way for Matreiuss here, with the town center staying alive. I am sure here. There's the Eclipse gone. Town center survives. Matreiuss holds that push, doesn't lose the town center. Plenty of military buildings remaining here. Joe's going to have to start moving in to the next portion of this game. Now, there are 2 options here for Joe to go for. Option number 1 is to grab 3 town centers. Option number 2 is to either go through Thoth or go through Osiris here in order to continue the 1 town center aggression. Personally, technically he killed the town center because Matreiuss deleted it and he's going to rebuild it back up to full HP. This is something he likes to do because the repair costs are roughly the same anyways. But Matreiuss likes to do this, and he's taking a bit of a risk here. Is this going to get up? It looks like it will get up in time. But Joe has done some damage here. Joe has done some damage. So personally, for me, at this point, I go Thoth here. And I start thinking about making Phoenix to put pressure onto all these gold mines and keep putting pressure on here. We do see the sounds, and it does end up getting up just barely there, as these units over here are going to start getting taken down. One other thing that Joe's going to need is some siege towers to clean up these walls over here if he wants to break through this location. He's actually he does have a siege tower queued up, but it's a little bit far away. But Joe can very comfortably take this game into the late game now as well. He has done good damage. He's taking down the wall over here, but he needs to grab that third town center. Quick, smart here. Lots of resources in the bank. He might be thinking 2 town centers to the mythic age, which might be good. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see if that's his plan, but it could just be that Joe's being a little bit indecisive about what he wants to do. As you see more Scorpion Men coming out here as the units here of Matreiuss. We are going to start see these buildings getting taken down that Matreiuss has placed here, but Matreiuss is getting all his upgrades. There's Olympic parentage coming through. You can get Olympic parentage out of a temple. I'm not sure why you would ever get Olympic parentage out of the town center, but it's a thing. Apparently, SHS. I just got married, but I didn't tell my wife about my one true love, AOM. Well, congratulations for getting married, but you should tell your wife about AOM because she might want to play with you. Just saying. Be a start of a really truly beautiful marriage there. Anyways, onwards and upwards. We are seeing Matreiuss attempting to push in and do and take down these units here. We'll see how things are going to go as the Scorpion Men. They're doing tons of damage. There's no heroes in here just yet for Matreiuss, trying to build out his Odysseus in onto this position here. As the Hippocon are getting some good damage done against those Chariot Archers. The Chariot Archers pulling back ever so slightly here. Let's take a look at Joe's economy here. He can buy his way to the Mythic Age here. He throws up the most Matreiuss market you've ever seen, but he is going now through Osiris, 2 town centers, straight to Osiris. We'll see if this is going to work here. He's still building Scorpion Men. If I was planning, oh, now he cuts it, but if I was planning to go Mythic Age here, I would have cut my Scorpion Men to build a couple more mummies out because they are so obscenely strong at this stage of the game. But we'll see if things are going to work out for Joe as he's getting pushed back over here. We haven't got ourselves any defense of this gold mine here as the Pharaoh does get pulled back. We're now starting to see those Hippocon going to be looking to take out some villages potentially as the Chariot Archers doing their best to hold over here. You do have to target down that Odysseus there to keep your Scorpion Men alive and well as Joe does decide time to retreat here over onto this location here as the villagers are all going to sit idly by for a little bit there. You can still sell some wood at this point and be fine. As the Hippocon come over here, see no one on the gold mine and Joe pulling back into his base. He's going to be losing out on a lot of resources here while Matreiuss, he is going up through Apollo, but Joe will be in the Mythic Age first here. So we'll see what's going to end up happening here in the near future as the market ends up getting taken down on that corner. If it was in the corner here, Matreiuss might not have spotted it. Matreiuss doesn't realize you can put markets in the corner, right? Wrong? Anyways, villagers coming back over onto this wood line over here. Going to get a little bit of extra wood here as Joe getting his Scorpion Men healed back up ever so slightly. Matreiuss, on the other hand, on his way through Apollo, 3 town centers on the way here in the back. We do see the Pegasus over here on this location. Going to look to take down this town center here at some point as the unit's coming back. But, I mean, at this point, Matreiuss could think about dropping a whole bunch of buildings over here and securing that third town center of Joe for himself. Now the units are starting to push back in. This son of Osiris is going to be really, really tough to deal with here. Joe should... you got to use box formation at this point if you're going to be moving this far forward. There's the Apollo coming in. Matreiuss here fully pulled back. We're going to see those Hippocon looking to target down this gold mine over here as Joe's back over here. Another market going down as the siege towers are taking that down. We do see the mummy has come through here. Going to help out a little bit to take down these Hippocons. The Hippocon going after the villagers. Joe moving in onto this position, starting to take down the walls, pushing straight in. That's 4 siege towers rolling in here to take out this location. There's barely going to be enough villagers. We see the archery range going to go down immediately here as the units looking to target this down. The Scorpion Men and the Mummy here doing tons of damage onto this position. The Ancestor's going to help out a ton. The Scorpion Men doing a heap to help out there as the siege towers roll in to try and take out this town center. What has Matreiuss got left here? Just a handful of Toxotes are here for Matreiuss. He is full population. His Hippocon need to come back in onto this position. He's got a ton of Hippocon over here. That Son of Osiris is going to be very, very difficult to defend here with the Hippocon circling around the back. We do see that Matreiuss is going to surround on the back here. Nice micro from Joe though, as his Son of Osiris is going to want to get be kept close to these siege towers if he has to garrison in it, but he's going to be taking a lot of damage there by the medium Toxotes as he is trying to get all of this damage done. But look at this pressure from Matreiuss. 126 population still here. We see the Son of Osiris gets picked up, but it looks like the army of Joe gets absolutely cleaned up there by Matreiuss. Beautiful surround here. The Hippocon going to continue to go after that Son of Osiris, and he does end up taking that down. The Son of Osiris does a ton of damage though, but Joe is just behind on economy here. He doesn't have the technologies. Look at this, he's got no upgrades. Matreiuss on the other hand, he's got himself pierce armor, he's got himself hack damage, he's got himself heavy Hippocons. He's so far ahead in terms of upgrades here in this game, and Joe's got nothing left here, and Joe's going to decide that the game is lost moving forward here. An absolutely beautiful game played here by Matreiuss. Defends everything beautifully here against that early Ancestors Eclipse. The damage was done. Joe did have an advantage here in this game. I'm interested in this differential though. This is the differential I'm interested in. Look at that resource differential there of like 11,000 as Matreiuss is just so far in front here. Units killed loss. That is starting to bring that back in favor of Joe. So he does kill off a whole bunch of units. He does get value out of his Ancestors Eclipse. He does get all that done, but he just couldn't make the economy work well enough off of that second town center going into the Mythic Age there. Getting enough value out of that Son of Osiris, it just wasn't there. Not enough mummies here. The mummies could have been a really, really big help instead of all those Scorpion Men as well. And he could have found that working there. The other thing that was really odd was Joe was making those farms in the Classical Age. What I think he should have done was be on the berries first with every villager, empowering that, get himself husbandry, and then after the villagers are finished on the berries, come back over onto the goats. He would have been having enough food to advance, and then he could have chucked everyone onto gold, made himself 4 or 5 farms, and then gone full wood push here. Chariot, Siege Tower, Scorpion Man. Would have been potentially a better way to play this one, but Joe kind of just didn't make it happen here. His economy too weak here in this one. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.